Hello, good morning. All right. This is a continuation of the previous instruction. I will not be going over anything from the previous instruction, and I will be referencing some of the things I said in it, so disclaimer. But I did want to start here. With the combat differences in the first game. Here. Okay. So, the combat differences. The HUD is more organized so that Goofy and Donald's HP and MP. Sure, fine. The enemy's HP is no longer colored with pink, orange, yellow, green. This is something you would only know if you played Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 2 has bars, all represented individually. Camera's been changed. Player can open treasure chests during battle. Relevant. You can do your checks during battle scenes in which those chests appear. The drive form system, which we discussed at length in the previous video. Reaction commands, which we also discussed during the previous video. Player can add shortcuts for both items and magic. This is going to be a pivotal thing for gameplay. It's going to very much suit your gameplay style, and I will tell you what mine is. Basic combat leveling systems have been redesigned. Bosses no longer offer experience on defeat. They reward player with boosts to your hit points, magic points, action points, or specific abilities. This is again important because those specific abilities are randomized. Bosses can no longer be defeated by mere depletion of hit points. They must be finished off with a combo finisher. Very important. Very important. Very relevant. Hits from magic, limits, or summons counts as finishers, even if it's not the hit event of a combo. If you ever play the rando and you ever wonder why after you reduce their HP to 0, they're not dying, it's because you haven't hit them with a finisher yet. And this is where making sure that you incorporate things like magic is very important. Because magic is always a finisher. Or summons, but it's basically encourages you to have magic, limit, and summons heavily incorporated into your combat mechanics. Spamming X is great, but it's not going to be the most effective way to win. Many bosses that can be staggered by basic hit stun animations have the ability to break out of Sora's combos if they go on for too long. Each consecutive attack by Sora raises a hidden value, called the revenge value. Once the revenge value is hit, it will instantly teleport out of the combo and perform an attack with iframes, or both. If Sora's offensive boss is halted before hitting the maximum revenge value, the value will be reset and the boss will instead retaliate with a random attack. If you've ever wondered why people say that the combat of Kingdom Hearts 2 is very intricate, this is one of the reasons why. It's knowing about this revenge value and abusing it. Basically make the boss do what you want it to do. The MP gauge has been retooled so the player's never left without magic. Instead of being refilled, the gauge, instead of being a quickly refillable gauge that is difficult to refill during battle, the MP gauge can be depleted by a few spells, then refill automatically. MP charge. So this is MP charge. You can see he has MP, he uses Cure, which consumes all of your MP, and then it goes into MP charge. Now, bookmark this statement because it's gonna come into combat. If you drain your bar down to very little, but not all the way, and you use an ether, you get all of your MP back. If you drain it all of the way, you will not get all of and you use an ether, you will not get it all back. You will not get out of MP charge with just one ether initially. You can equip item boosts that may improve your ethers to be able to get you out of MP charge with one ether, but that's a lot of item boosts. It is much better for you to keep an eye on your MP during battle, and when you're running low, to toss an ether before you run out of MP, because it makes the most of your ethers. And if you've ever wondered why players of this game have lots and lots of ethers in their inventory and on their person during battle, this is why. Potions are great for saving you if you're inexperienced like me, but ethers are how you win. Now, what this did not talk about in this section is what is called the desperation move. A lot of bosses, I think almost all of them, have what's called a desperation move, which is iframes. It has a lot of iframes. It's a very long attack, meant to cause a lot of damage and be hard to avoid. And you have to have you have to know about the attack and have a strategy for avoiding it. The desperation move is you can't attack during it. You can, but you'll do no damage, and it's designed to be like the final gate of winning a fight. So, as you're playing this game as a beginner and starting to fight a lot of these people, you will bump into this desperation move. Or DM, as people call it. So, be aware that the DMs are a thing. With that in mind, what we're going to do next is I'm going to roll my own Archipelago seed. And I'm going to talk you through my way of playing it. I'm going to talk about my strategies. what I think of, my considerations, and give you kind of an overview of how I play the game and where I like to go and how I like to think. If that's cool with y'all. This is my opinions. There are many people that play this rando. There are many people who are better at this game than I am that play this rando. So if you are watching this, it is because you know me and care at all about what I have to say. There are tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of resources out there for playing this game and playing the rando. So feel free to use any of those if you find that my advice or my strategies are not to your liking, because there's tons more out there. All right, I am going to be rolling an archipelago seed. Not a offline rando seed, for the reasons that this whole has come up. All of this has come up because people are interested in playing off of the archipelago. The archipelago is on a slightly different version of the rando to the offline one, ever so slightly. Start playing. I'm going to edit this one. Okay, let's take this one. Ten. Refreeze. Generate game. Okay, let's go. Get a new room. Grab the mod. Move that to my archipelago folder, which I finally have made one. 24th. Okay. Let's open the mod manager. I'm also not going to be describing how to install it. I will gladly help anyone who wishes to install Kingdom Hearts 2 rando. I will gladly help you. Gladly. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. Hit me up offline. All right. We got that. All right. I'm not going to be using a tracker for this either. I'm just going to talk you through it. The point of this is to describe the method of play and not how I track. I'll be happy to talk about trackers too and the ways that you can track. Hit me up offline for that. All right. Here we go. Hey, Avon. Okay. So, we're here. I'm going to... Hey, it works. Okay. All right. We're here. There are two ways to play this game. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. If you're new, play on beginner. If you want a challenge, play on critical. It's as simple as that. I am going to play on critical. With the archipelago mod, there is nothing stopping you playing on beginner. These two modes make it slower and less fun. They do things to it that make the payout slower and less fun. This is a fast payout. This is an even faster payout. That's the way it works. Play on beginner or crit. It is worth noting that the offline rando, when you generate a seed, it will ask you if you're going to play in critical mode, and if you do that, it's going to have all of these three red change to red and a warning saying play on critical. So if you don't want to play on critical, you have to decide that when you generate your rando file on the offline generator. Archipelago doesn't have that toggle. It's just going to let you pick whatever you want. I'm going to pick critical. We're going to go. I don't know if this makes a difference. Straight up. Don't know if it makes a difference. I always pick the one that's closest. Someone can educate me later. Ow, good morning. Skip this cutscene. And here we are in the garden. In order to activate the garden, you have to interact with the center monitor. Skip that cutscene, and now the portals are all... Oh. Sorry, you have to open that. Oh no. I made a mistake. I have to quit out and do a new seed. I made a mistake, and I'll describe that mistake, but let me fix my mistake first. The 24th is today. I'll get rid of that one. Actually, get rid of both of those. Because we're not playing either of those anymore. Okay. Mod loader, build and run. Not bad. What's happening here? Okay, so I think what's going on here is that it's first and second visit locking, but the problem with that is that one of these chests should have one of the world keys in it, if I'm right. If not, then I'm totally lost as to why this is happening. Because I generated this right off the options page, and the options page had second visits. We could also check 100 Acre Wood. Those are the only checks left. It should have unlocked all of the portals. I have it set so that you have the initial visits to all the worlds unlocked. The only thing left is this. I have the ukulele charm and a couple of other things, but I don't have any of the world keys. So if it's not this, then I have no idea what's going on, and I'm going to have to generate a room off of a YAML file instead of right off the options page. Let's see if I'm right. I'm totally fucking lost. You can't, you cannot fight Roxas like this. The only thing left is to fight Roxas, and I don't believe it. So, once again, all right. I have no idea why that was doing that. I have it all in the right order. Archipelago at the top. Autosave below that. GOA below that. No updates, no updates, no updates. I'm so fucking lost as to why that was doing that. I just used a different one, though. This is not the start I wanted to do this. It's not the start I wanted for this tutorial. Okay, hang on a minute. I'm going to get rid of that YAML file altogether. First and second visit locking. All right, I'm going to get rid of that YAML altogether. Goodbye. What's this one? This one is 20, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Lucky Emblem Charm. Just a form, second visit. Saved. Exit. Archipelago, start playing. Generate a game, upload a file. Download, create a new room. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know why this is happening. X, Archipelago, V. Get rid of that. Delete that. I'm going to restart the mod manager too, just because. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Accidentally clicked on build and run. Wasn't ready. All right, randomizer seed. Let's see if this works. Last time. This is uploading using a YAML file that I just used the other day. gonna turn the game up. What on earth is happening? Alright, well, the only other thing to do here is to go with a non-archipelago seed, which I can also do. And see if that's the problem. So... I have no idea why archipelagos isn't working. So, here is a non-archipelago seed. Doesn't have the fast text skip on the menu. You can't skip right to it. As you can see, as I was describing before, it does this and it directs you to critical mode. There we go. Okay. I'm going to quickly talk about this because I brought it up. There is an option in the game for you to lock out the second visits. We talked about in the last video how there is a first visit and a second visit and sometimes a third visit to these worlds, right? The way that that is done is by using the item which belongs to the party member that is in that world as the world key. So, Battlefields of War is Orin's sword. If you have second visit locking, you have to find a second Battlefields of War in the item pool in order to unlock the second visit of Olympus Coliseum. Scimitar is Aladdin. Sword of the Ancestor is Mulan. Identity Disc is Tron. Boned Fist is Jack Skellington. Beast's Claw is Beast. Proud Fang is Simba. Skill and Crossbones is Jack Sparrow. Ice Cream unlocks Twilight Town. The membership card unlocks Hollow Bastion. The picture is, I believe, supposed to unlock Simulated Twilight Town. It's Nominee's Sketches, I think, in the Archipelago. You get the idea. You have to find another one of those to unlock the second visit. I don't know. I don't think second visit is turned on for this, so... But if you have that option turned on, which I usually do for Archipelago, I usually have second visit locking turned on, so I can do all first visits, but then I need the item for the second visits. So, what's my usual loop? The first thing I do is I come over to the shop, and I check all of the items that are for sale in the shop to see if there's any abilities, which are right here. Abilities attached to Goofy or Donald weapons that I actually want. What I'm looking for are their limits. Donald's limits or Goofy's limits. I don't see any. We're done here. Next thing I do is I check my item. I have a 12-12. Holy fucking shit. A max stat Kingdom Key with MP Hystera. Not bad. I check to see if I have any armor, and I do. I'm going to throw on the protect belt. I have no accessories, and I have no items. I check to see what Donald has on his item. He has Blizzard Boost. I steal his items off of him because I want all the items to use for myself. I don't want the party members burning through the items, ever. So I steal Donald's items. I check Goofy. He's got protect. I steal his potions. Oop. I steal his potions. Okay, take away all his potions. I quickly browse the stock, the item stock, to see what I have, because you sometimes start with something useful, but nothing really outstanding here. I check abilities. I have Flash Step to begin with. The only ones that you will always start with are the growth abilities. You'll start with level 1 growth abilities. And I have Scan. So I have Scan, and I have Flash Step. So I'm going to equip everything. Flash Step is a guard-piercing attack. It's called what I call a gap closer. So Flash Step is a gap closer where if someone is slightly too far away from you to connect with a start of a combo, Sora will close the gap, and he'll start the combo. So gap closers are really good. Slide Dash is the best gap closer. Other than that, usually leaping at them, jumping at them, and trying to do an aerial attack is the next best gap closer. I equip everything. I don't do the Dark Souls dodge roll. It's just not for me. A lot of people do use the dodge roll, but I don't. And hence, Scan's good to have always, which lets you inspect the current target's MP. HP. Basically, you can see the health bar. Equip both of Donald's abilities. Equip both of Goofy's abilities. The only thing that I'm looking for here, again, is their limits. Next, customize. I don't have anything to customize yet. I don't have any magic. But what I do want to customize is this, which is the battle behavior of Donald and Goofy. I want them to not attack anything. I want them to just stand there and do nothing. And that will become clear when we start to talk about battle strategy later. Finally, I come back to the items menu, and I put on the items that I took from Donald and Goofy. I'm starting out at level 1, as all games do. I'm likely to die in one hit because I'm on critical mode. I equip a couple of potions and 1 ether. I will be changing this later. Now, where do I go first? As we discussed in the first video, a lot of these are higher level worlds that have much higher level enemies. If I try and go to Pride Lands right now, I will get killed in one hit because these guys do a ton of damage. It's not to say that you can't do it. People do it, and there's strategies. But it's tough. And I'll give you an example. You can try to go to Pride Lands. There is a strategy for trying to beat the opening fight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'll give it a shot. The reason I don't go for it is because it usually takes me multiple attempts. So if you run away from these guys, they won't attack you. And then run over here. Wait for the reaction command. Okay, so I got hit. So what you're waiting for is a reaction command called Rodeo, I think. And with the reaction command, you can ride one of them and gain iframes. I'm going to try it again. I did not run away from them. So I'm using Sora's sprint. He's got a... Do I actually need any of these? I haven't been paying any attention. I don't. They're all junk. Well, the Nobody Guard might not be junk. There we go. Take this. So, if you can combo them, you can stun them indefinitely. Now, why? I'm gonna stop in here. I'm gonna talk. Why would you want to do this? These enemies award a lot of XP, and furthermore, this is the only forced fight in this section of Pride Land. So if you can get past this first fight, you get a lot of XP followed by a lot of checks, which is great and very fast if you can get past that fight reliably. I can't, and so I'm gonna leave. So I'll tell you what I do like to do. What I do like to do is this. There's 3 checks in 100-acre wood that are completely free. The first 3 checks sometimes have something useful, sometimes they don't. Draw is very useful, instantly worth. And the metal. Metal is worth 1 strength. As starting out, that's huge. Later it won't be huge, but right now it is huge. Boom, right there. Second, what do I do? So the starting area in the vanilla game is Simulated Twilight Town, where you play as Roxas. You could go there. There are a handful of forced fights. And the payout in XP is low because it's the starting area, and XP rewards are low at the starting area. You could go to a high-risk area. You could go to somewhere like Agrabah, where there's not a lot of forced fights, but you still run the risk of dying to minions. But what I like to do, and there's arguments to be made for all of these. What I like to do is I like to go to Disney Castle first, and I'll tell you why. First of all, the starting area has a handful of checks where you can get a bunch of stuff knocked out. But furthermore, the second half of the first area is the mini escort mission. And the mini escort mission is interesting because you're escorting Minnie, who has the ability to grant iframes as her reaction command. Which means that no matter how squishy you are, you can iframe your way through the thing. Slayer Earring is good. Slayer Earring is a good accessory. In fact, a very, very useful accessory that I'm going to switch over to. Using my movement, this is quick run, using my movement to just go quick. Okay, we're here. We'll check this last chest. Negative combo is good for a particular battle strategy, so I'm going to actually drop the metal immediately for the Slayer Earring, which has 1 strength but also 2 magic. And we'll start the mini escort missions. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, here we are at the mini escort mission.
Let's go.
And she has the Faith reaction command. Grants iframes and kills enemies, and you can see that when it kills enemies, it gives a ton of experience. Now, I'm going to qualify everything I'm about to say with this statement. My settings are this. The XP curves have been jacked all the way up. These are a 10x XP curve on everything. Sora, forms, and summons. And that is to shorten the game. I can easily grind up to that level given an infinite amount of time. Some people would prefer to play on the lowest level possible, and a lot of people do. A lot of people are very interested in things like level 1 runs. That's not for me. So I jack the XP curves all the way up to gain levels as fast as possible to make it go faster. I find that more fun. Second half of the escort mission.
This way. Let's go. This way. Let's go.
So all of these times I'm using Faith, the entire animation is iframes. Whole thing.
Let's go.
Not just the attack. Not just the attack itself, but the whole animation is iframes. You can see I'm already up to level 9. I'm easily going to be like level 15 by the time I get out of here. So.
This way. Let's go.
And I will instantly have improved my defenses, how squishy I am, and my attack.
This way. Let's go.
And I might get a few checks out of it too.
Let's go.
You can see that I'm getting things like the Cornerstone Hill map and other stuff. I might get a good ability. Who knows? It's a rando.
This way. Let's go.
So, what's the drawback of this approach? I am wasting time. I'm wasting time, which could be better spent doing checks in other worlds. I am using it, and I am choosing to use it to level up Sora.
This way.
In a not the fastest way.
Yeah. This way. Let's go.
I am
This way.
personally okay with that trade-off.
Let's go. This way. Let's go.
Because for me, that means I will be
This way.
dying less later.
Let's go. Ha. This way. Let's go. Ha. This way. Let's go. Yeah. This way. Let's go.
All right, I think that's really the bulk of it.
This way.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go. Ha. This way. Let's go. Ha.
Also be able to
This
find
way.
out shortly whether or not
Let's
second
go.
visit locking is turned on. I don't think that it is. Boom.
This way.
Worth. Got a blizzard.
This way. This way. Let's go.
And you have to bring her all the way to the dais to end the fight. And a finishing plus. Okay. Finishing plus was not part of my levels. That was for finishing this escort mission, by the way. So, let's do a quick double check. What did we get for all that? We didn't get any keys. Or any of that. We did get a... No, we didn't get a nobody guard. That was goofy, and I don't think we actually kept it. We didn't. We have to go back and get it like again later. The nobody guard was in Pride Lands. But we did get some other stuff, which is a finishing plus, a summon boost, a draw, and a jackpot. All of which are good stuff. Jackpot increases the drop rate of money, HP, and MP orbs. Very useful. Draws them in, just like treasure magnet. Summon boosts increase the amount of times that summons will stay. I don't think we have any summons yet, but it's useful to have on anyway. Finishing plus, on the other hand. Remember, going back to what we were talking about at the very beginning of the stream, finishers are how you end fights with bosses. When you start out, you can do a combo with one finisher. If you have finishing plus, you can do a combo with 2 finishers. Imagine how much more powerful that is. And we do not have second visits turned off. If we did, I would have to get a Disney Castle key, and this door would be locked. But it's not locked. Let's go in. I'm now worried about our playthrough in a few hours, about how that's going to go. Torn pages. Torn pages are the thing that unlocks the next sequential visit in 100 Acre Wood. So now if I go back to 100 Acre Wood in the garden, I will find that the next visit's unlocked. There's like 5 visits in total. Not including the first one. Proof of Peace. Proof of Peace is a win condition in this particular rando. Remember I said you have 3 possible win conditions, which are proofs, lucky emblems, or hit list. In this rando specifically that I'm playing right here, it's proofs. That's one of the 3.
What's that for?
Needed to unlock the final door. Did not make my combo land. Use the reaction command to make him stop doing his little runaround. Jump over. I missed it again. My fingers are slow, and I am bad. Finisher. Ends the fight. You saw he was at 0 HP. You need a finisher to end the fight, just like this, just like it was written, as it was written. Okay, that fight's over. I go over to the waterway. There's 3 checks over here. 1. Reports or hints, but I'm not looking at them, so. Counter Guard is a decent ability. Magic Lock On. That's a decent ability, too. It means that when you throw magic out, it will automatically lock onto somebody, but it can also get in the way, so will not prioritize correctly when you want it to. I'm going to leave. I'm not going to attempt any other fights here, because the time spent to the checks that I'm going to get is low. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go here. Hollow Bastion. It's nearby. I'm high level now, so this area is not going to pose me that much of a difficulty. Moreover, I can get through it quickly. And there's a handful of checks here that are good. Lots of checks here for the time that I'm going to spend. You can see that it's only 2 hits to get through these guys. And a blizzard to finish it off. There we go. Fight's over. Not going to interact with any other enemies right now. I'm just going to go and check the chests in this area, of which there are 5? Question mark. Soldier earring. Another secret report. 1, 2, 3. Genie. That's our first summon. 4. Using all of my movement to get around quicker. 5. Entering a forced fight. That was flash step you saw, by the way, right there. See if I can pick it again. Right there, where he lunges at him. That's flash step.
Here goes. Here goes.
You see, it's a gap closer. Using Blizzard to attack from a distance. By the way, a lot of times the gap closers only work when you lock on. There we go. We gained an accessory slot for that, which means we can instantly pop on one of the other accessories that we've been getting. Got an accessory and an armor there, so let's go into our items. Soldier earring looks good. Okay, what's next? I'm going to go to Agrabah. Agrabah has a lot of checks in one place. Remember I said at the beginning I turned Sora, Donald and Goofy's behavior to do nothing. And here's why. I want to death abuse this fight, to exit it quickly. I don't want them to attack and extend it. I want to just die. If they were attacking, we would not be able to death abuse. There's like 7 or 8 checks in this area. Croesus is a good armor piece. Dense gem is just a synthesis item, it's junk. Bright crystal synthesis item. Drive gauge up, that's good when we get a form, and summons. AP boosts. Aerial recovery. Aerial recovery is great because it means that when you get hit, you can instantly regain your balance if you mash circle, which is great for getting back into a fight and not getting comboed into infinity. Aerial recovery is a fantastic tool. We go to the palace, we talk to Jasmine to pick up Aladdin. And now I'm going to take all of Aladdin's items. I want them all for myself. I don't want him to use them. I don't bother setting his behavior to Sora attack, because at this point, in this particular area, there are no more death abuse battles. So I don't care about that. He can do what he wants. Tranquility Stone is a synthesis item, we don't care. Using reaction commands to try and stay alive. Often reaction commands grant iframes, so that's kind of important. Using the large body to melt this so that I can get at this chest. Grabbing this chest, and then leaving. Got all the chests in this area. There's 2 chests right here. That's a Goofy item. That's a fire boost for me. Which is under abilities. So counter guard. Counterattacks nearby enemies with attack while performing guard. So this is useful if you have guard. And guess what we don't have? But fire boost, on the other hand, if I get a fire, this is an instant 20% boost to fire spells, which is fantastic. I'm going to go into customize now. Oh, I got a magnet somewhere. Okay, so this is your shortcut menu. So this is where you configure what shortcuts. You activate shortcuts by doing L1, and then you can pick any one of the 4 face buttons. I like having magnet here. I like having blizzard here. I said blizzard. I like having blizzard there. That's what I like. You can do whatever you like. Using reaction commands to grant iframes so that I do not die. Okay, this area can be tricky. There's floating guys that follow you around. I'm going to use magnet on them to hold them in place.
Gather.
While I kill them. Shadow Archive's a nice piece of armor. Gonna be another one of them right here.
Gather.
Explosion is a finisher, and it's a late game finisher. The reason why I always am thankful that I get Explosion is because it not only deals a large amount of damage, it deals it in a large area around Sora whenever it goes off. And it's worth, with comboed together with other abilities, it is bar none the best ground finisher in the game. It just is. The money pouch. There are 2 money pouches in the game that grant 5,000 money each. And they are your route to buying as many ethers as you like. Minigame here, you have to prod a boo forward with the reaction command, but you can't get hit by this wall of water, so you have to jump over it. So you kind of have to just like tail a boo, jumping over the water and mashing the reaction command at the same time. And that's it. I don't want to do any more here. I'm leaving. Not as many checks in the second half. What can we do next? We have Magnet. I'm going to go back to Pride Lands now. I'll show you how that works. Where was that nobody guard? There we go. Magnet is so good right here, because Magnet makes it so that these guys can't actually attack me.
Gather.
Boom. All of a sudden, the fight that was hard is no longer hard. And now, you see what I mean by this is a high-risk, high-reward area, because it's just check after check after check with no more forced fights. Aerial dodge. There's an ability here called running tackle, which is particular to Lion Sora, and you just hold down square and he runs really fast. Tough to control though. Feather Charm, that's Peter Pan. Summon. Peter Pan summon. Ultimate recipe, synthesis items, we don't care. Synthesis items are not a part of this rando. They can be, but they're not a part of this one. Running down to Wildebeest Canyon, Cavern, Valley, whatever it's called. Check. Keyblade. Auto limit, useful in a pinch, but not real. I'm not going to rely on it yet. The auto everything's pop when you have low health. So auto limit would give you access to limit form when you have low health, and you don't actually need limit form in order for it to work. But it's better to find limit form, actual vanilla lying around, than to rely on auto limit. You would use auto limit when you knew something was behind limit form levels and you needed to level up limit form and you had no other choice.
Gather.
Reels press, another keyblade. Checks after checks after checks after checks. Advance the story by talking to Simba. Take Simba's items, because I want them. Check these last 3 things. Put this item. HP up, that's good. Affinity limit. That's the party limit that I can use whenever. And, well, not whenever, but more wherever I have Donald and Goofy. And I'm done. I'm done with Parklands. And dragons. Taking Ping's items. Checking these 3 chests. And I'm leaving. Halloween Town. Okay. Taking Jack's items and customizing Jack to be not attacking. And I have 2 ethers now. If I didn't have another item slot, I would have equipped a 2nd ether, but I want 2 ethers for the upcoming fight. Not this fight, but the fight after this fight. Because Master Form, my first form. In this fight, I want a Death Abuse, and I don't want Jack attacking them. I'm just going to run straight ahead, and they're going to attack me, and I'm going to die, and that's going to be it. Ta-da. Death Abuse, fight's over. Drive Boost is good, especially considering I just got Master Form. 2 checks here. Once more is Death Protection. I'll show you it really quick. Ensures 1 HP remains after taking damage from a combo. But this has a sister ability called Second Chance, which ensures 1 HP remains after taking massive damage. Have both of them together, and you don't die in 1 hit anymore. Or in 1 combo. Gonna throw on Explosion and Trinity Limit, and gonna keep going. Synthesis item. Accessory.
Here it is.
Alright, it's this fight that we want the 2 ethers for, and I'll show you exactly how I use them. We're going to use Jack's limit, called Dance Call.
Jack, prepare to scream.
Okay, we've killed both of them. We're going to go over to our items. We're going to pop both ethers.
Okay.
Jack, prepare to scream.
And use it again. And we end the fight really fast. Limits consume all your MP, which is why I needed 2 ethers and not 1. 2 become 1, not the keyblade. Set the drive gauge up. Go into Santa's workshop. 2 checks here. Don't talk to me. Go into the workshop to check to progress the story. And run Dance Call 1 more time just to get a little extra XP. And I'm leaving. Not save. Alright. We're done with Halloween Town for now. I'm gonna go here. Twilight Town. Lots of checks. 2 checks in this area. Drive Converter is good for Master Form. Master Form levels up by collecting Drive Orbs. Drive Converter converts a lot of enemy drops into Drive Orbs, so if you equip Drive Converter and then use Master Form, you get a lot of experience for Master Form. Navigating through Twilight Town to try and get to the checks. We want to go to Tram Common, check here, 1, and then another over here. Shadow Archive Plus is a fantastic accessory. Glide level 2, movement, pretty good. 3 checks in this area. Early day today. I'm trying to get through this because we're going to play later, but I got word from a little birdie that at least one person has bought the game and is interested in doing the rando, so I wanted to finish my tutorial. Second finishing plus. You might be tempted to throw on as many finishing pluses as you can to get lots and lots of finishers, which you can do, but often you want to be able to control. You want to time your movements very, very carefully, so it is always my preference to stick with just 2 finishers and then maybe 3 later. Maybe. That's all the checks in this area. Now we have to go up to the station. There's nothing in Station Heights, so we just go up the path to the station for our first forced fight, which is with the nobodies. You can try to death abuse here, but at this point we're pretty high level. I'm going to guess we don't die that quickly. You can see that it's not... This is a level 1 or 2 area. It's low. It's really, really low. And we're like level 20 something, so they're not taking off a whole lot of health with every hit. Another thing worth mentioning is that enemies have a predictable things of what they drop. Nobodies only drop magic orbs. They do not drop health or money, really, generally. I don't know if that's usually true, but what they usually drop is these are MP orbs right here. Trying to bait these guys into hitting me. If you had Final Form here, which levels up based off of how many nobodies you kill, this would be a pretty good fight to use it. I don't have Final Form yet, so we're just gonna go through it. Come on, hit me. Almost to the point where we would be dead. There we go. Fight's over. Check, check, check. Nothing there. 3 checks in here. Auto Master, so if we didn't have Master Form, it'd be a way to access the form's level ups without actually having it, but we do. Ukulele Charm, that's Stitch. That's 3 summons out of 4. That's really good. Talk to Donald to get on the train, progress the story, skip all these cutscenes. 3 checks here. Silver ring. Olympus Stone. I now have drive forms in Olympus, which is fantastic, and I think that's where we're going next after here. Forced fight.
Gather! Gather! Gather!
Synthesis item. Aegis Chain is an armor piece. Okay.
Gather!
Again, seeing the use of flash step there is a minor gap closer.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
These guys have the annoying ability to go into the floor so that you can't hit them. It's annoying as fuck. I am going to throw on drive converter. By the way, L1 and R1 navigate up and down the menu very quickly, whereas D-pad goes down one at a time. L1 and R1, you can see the scroll bar on the right. Makes it so you can go through the menu very fast. I'm going to throw in drive converter. We're going to use master form.
Light. Gather. Yeah.
Instantly worth. We happen to have a magnet on master form level ups. That was worth it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh, another thing worth mentioning. You can't access this menu when you're in combat. You can't access the main menu when you're in combat. If you try to open the main menu while you're in combat, you'll just get a pause screen. The way that you can tell that you're in combat is by the color of the command menu over there. You can see that it's blue, or the highlights of it, like the sorcerer's hat is blue, and like the backlighting behind it is blue. If it turns yellow, you're in battle, but the moment it turns blue, you're not in battle anymore. The way to leave battle is to either kill everything in the area or leave the area. I just killed everything in the area, and it turned blue, and now I can access the main menu. Talk to Yen Sid, advance the story. Open this chest. A Keyblade. Talk to the fairy, advance the story. You get 2 checks. Well, from talking to her. 1, 2. And this chest. And we're done. Skip the cutscene. Skip the text. Go out the door. Skip the cutscene. We're done with Twilight Town 1. Okay. I said we go to OC. Let's go to OC. We have the Olympus Stone and we have Master Form, which is fantastic news for us because we can use forms here now. If we didn't have the Olympus Stone, we would not be able to use dry forms in this area at all, which is annoying. Using our movement to just go faster. Second draw. 2 draws is great. We can draw in lots of stuff now. Horizontal slash is a fantastic combo modifier, which I will go into here in a second. Meteor Staff is a Donald item. Ultimate weapon. Fatal Crest, 2 Keyblades. Okay. Horizontal slash, a powerful attack that hits targets from left to right during a mid-air combo. So in a mid-air combo, if you interrupt the middle of your combo by pressing square, you'll do horizontal slashes. It's really good. We're going to equip that other draw and continue on.
That's it. That's it. That all you got?
Free.
That's it.
Attack him until you get back to here. Now we're on Hades' Escape.
That's
Gather.
it. Farewell. Feel the heat. Feel the heat. Feel the heat.
Magnera, 2 levels of magnet is super good.
Gather.
Feel the heat. Feel the heat.
Gather. This is it.
Feel the heat.
That was aerial cover right there, in case you missed it.
Feel the heat. Feel the
Using a reaction command to save my bacon.
Feel the heat.
And we're done. Nice fight. That was nice and good. Pretty slick, pretty quick. Okay, now we're coming up to the Cerberus fight, which I can probably show you horizontal slash in. Okay.
Farewell.
Yeah.
Use a potion there.
Yeah.
There we go. All of that was horizontal slash. You saw him going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, left to right. That's horizontal slash. We drop Orin out of the party, and we head up to Olympus Coliseum, out of the underworld, advancing the story.
Yeah.
Head into the Coliseum itself. Talk to Phil. Do the practice training.
Back off.
Explosion. You see explosion for the first time, or maybe the second time. That's the magic orbs that spiral around Sora. Super powerful.
Yeah. Back off.
Bloom Plus is good. Strength-based accessory.
Yeah.
Talk to Herc. Advance the story. Leave the Coliseum back for the underworld. Get this chest. Get this item. No, really, not really that good. If you have a high level of, if you have a high amount of movement, you can try and get to these chests over there, like way over there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but I'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, we got it. There's a chest down here. That's the 3 in this area. There's 4 here. 1. 2. Aerial finish is good. 3. 4. There's 2 in this area. Shock Charm. EP boost. This is the forced fight with Demix.
Dance, water, dance. Oh yeah. Get back off. Oh yeah. Take this. Take this. It's over. It's over. It's over. Oh, take this. It's over. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. It's over. Oh, this is it.
Super difficult. Cosmic Arts is a very good accessory. But this is items. A map. Boost. My belt. Alright. Cosmic Chain, I think, is what we'll throw on here. The Croesus is better. The Protect Belt is just 3 defense with no additional resistances. The Croesus, on the other hand, is 3 defense with lots of extra resistance. At that. I'm going to swap the Slayer Earring out for our Cosmic Arts, which gives us an additional 1 strength. And we're going to swap the Soldier Earring out for a Full Bloom Plus, which gets us 1 extra strength.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. By the way, if you're ever wondering about your level and stuff like that, you can check it here. Moreover, what you can check is if you forget the rule of the 7 forms and the 5 forms and the 7 form levels, you can always check here to see how many experience to your next level, and you can see that Master Form has no experience, which means it's maxed. I can't level it up anymore.
Gather. Light.
Is that all you got?
Pete's invincible.
How's this for you?
Here we go. Easy fight. Master Form's specialty is magic and aerial combos, by the way. That's what we would use Master Form for. Okay. We're not going to do the Hydra fight yet. Let's go here. Port Royal. AP boost. Well, computer rent. Cool. I'm leaving. How about here? Base Paranoids. All right. Pick Tron's items. And customize him to be off. Another armor slot. That's cool. Tranquility Crystal. A synthesis item. We don't really care. Hidden Dragon. Another Keyblade. We'll be checking out our Keyblades here shortly. Another Quick Run. That's cool. Cursed Medallion. Do this little mini game. Follow it with the camera. Make sure we don't lose sight of it.
Light.
Drive Explosion is pretty good. Drive Explosion actually does do a little bit of damage, which is the animation when you go into a drive. Okay, let's check our Keyblades really quick. I'm looking for something. I don't see it. So the Protect Belt has 3 defense. The Cosmic Belt has 6 defense, however. I think we'll throw the Cosmic Belt on here. Alright. We're waiting for an experience boost. Let's go. We have 1 set of torn pages, I think, which is Piglet's house. It's the first visit.
Yeah.
Bright Shard. Underworld map. And a synthesis item. All garbage. We're not going to advance Antarctica Word yet. We're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. What next? We are going to go back to Hollow Bastion 2. Remember, if you were playing the second visit locking, you would need the membership card to get here. However, what we know is that this area has a lot of checks. Hollow Bastion 2 has 49 checks, to be perfectly exact. It's pretty good. Leave the house. Head towards the castle. Take the skateboard. Nice and fast. Final form. Wow, was this a good move. And a grand ribbon. Best defensive item in the game. Four items here. I know. The fact that the Final Fantasy characters are just kind of here. Cid, Yuffie, Aerith, Leon, Tifa, Cloud, they're all just kind of here. Check. Various stuff. Interact with the computer. Okay. We're going to head back this way. Check this chest for a tent. We're going to go through here. You need the unknown disc in order to get through that door. We have it. Check that chest. That's all it's good for. The unknown disc is good for one check, but there's the check. And we're going to leave. Alright. I'm going to go back to Twilight Town for the second visit, Twilight Town 2. And I'm going to use Final Form for this fight because this fight's all nobodies, and Final Form will get a lot of experience for doing it.
Gather! Ha! It's over! Ha! Gather! Gather! Ha!
Here we go. Using combinations of, well, basically just using magnet a lot. Skateboard. That's the end of Twilight Town 2, by the way. Twilight Town 2 is really fast. Couple of checks and we're done. Twilight Town 2. Head back in for Twilight Town 3. Gonna head down to the concourse. This check. Lucky ring. This check. AP boost.
Yeah.
Map. The other money pouch, we have 10,000 money now, which is good for buying whatever the fuck we want. Guard break is a finisher, but explosion is better, so I will not be putting it on. Limit form. Boom. Worth. Retaliating slash is a slightly upgraded aerial recovery.
Yeah.
And thunder. Hell yeah. Limit form and thunder. Let's do a quick adjustment here to our customization. We're going to ditch that. We're going to put blizzard here and thunder here. That's what I like. We're heading to the mansion.
Gather! Give me strength! Gather! This is it! Gather! It's over! It's over! Yeah! Gather! Yeah! Take this! Gather!
That's the end of that fight. Drop out a drive form. Got like 4 checks in here, maybe 5. Fencer earring is good. Other side of the mansion to this chest. Talk to this guy. Sea salt ice cream is the password. Skip the cutscene. Touch the beam. It's worth a check. We get a keyblade and we go back through. And we're gonna leave this area. That's Twilight Town 3, except for the last check. I think we go back to here, Land of the Dragons. And we start to prosecute the rest of this, which we skipped at the beginning.
Yeah! Yeah! Gather! Yeah!
And Under Thunder. We got the Shang missions. I'm using MP charge for a very specific reason here. It boosts the drive recharge as well. As you can see that the drive form thingy has like a cool little like shining thing. It means that it's charging faster than usual. Now I have 4 drive, and that means that I can use limit form. Valor form, wisdom form costs 3 drive, limit form, master form costs 4 drive, final form costs 5.
Give me strength!
You level up limit form by performing these limits.
Light! This is it! Yeah! Take this!
Perform those limits, which replace all of your magic. So performing all of those limits to their finisher, gives you an experience for every time you do. That's pretty good.
Light! Back off! Let's go! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Huh. Yeah! Huh. Yeah!
More use of flash step there. There we go. Those are the Shang missions done. Now we head up to the checkpoint. Baseball charm. We have all 4 summons. Hell yeah. Okay, we have 0 drive. I'm going to see if we have any drive recoveries in our thing, and we do. I'm going to use it. We have all of our drive back. Platinum ring.
Gather. Rah. Yeah.
Reaction command to get through these rocks.
Gather.
Magnet to control these idiots.
Ha. Ha.
And we've got like 4 checks here.
Rah.
Now, MP boost, MP up. Sky belt. Like some HP. Throw a magnet down to control this idiot. And we're through. Another ribbon. Alright. We head into here. 2 checks here. Moon amulet's good. I'm gonna drive into limit form before heading into this fight. It dropped me out of limit form. I should be able to get back in though.
This is it. Light. Take this. Back off. Yeah. This is it. Yeah. Take this. This is it.
All right, and that's fight's over. Got some experience for limit form. And I now show you a trick. And the trick is called drive preservation. We're in the middle of a drive form right now. We're in limit form. If I leave the world, I consumed 4 drive to get into limit form, right? If I leave the world, it just refunds me everything, and I'm back to 8 drive. Drive preservation's pretty strong. Two checks here. Reaction boost is good. Anytime you use a reaction, 2 reaction boosts. 2? That adds strength to any time you use a reaction in battle. That's like amazing. Pork, how you doing? Oh, finishing leap is another good finisher. You have to activate it yourself. We've got slide dash, which is the best gap closer. Vicinity break, which is good crowd control. We've got aerial finish, which is okay for me. Reaction boosts, both of them. We got a second fire boost and a damage control. All right, let's go back to that area. And let's do our next forced fight, which is this one. It says you have to defeat all the Heartless. It's a lie. You have to survive for 60 seconds.
Yeah. This is it. Gather. Take this. Yeah.
And I like to survive by just flying around in circles, so that nothing can touch me. I love So Huge. So Huge is such a great emote. All right. So now we head back down the mountain to Imperial City. All right. Force fight number 1. I'm going to magnet my way through it. Like this.
Gather. Yeah. Gather.
Like that. And now the forced fight with Sean Yu. This is the not the penultimate, but the last fight of Land of Dragons 1. And I'm going to shoot him in the face with Blizzard, at least to begin with.
Go!
Freeze. Freeze. Yeah.
Go!
Freeze.
Using an ether.
Yeah.
Can overpower me.
Reaction command.
Yeah.
Can overpower
Reaction command again.
Yeah.
Parry. Yes, we got the parry. That's retaliating slash, by the way, in case you didn't see it. Fuck off. Alright. Just zap him to death with thunder. We get a check for having finished that fight. We're gonna go straight into Land of Dragons 2. The reason is that in the end of Land of Dragons 2 is a lot of checks. There's 8 checks in the throne room of Imperial City. We want to see them. So, let's get through it. There's a forced fight up here with this shadowy character. I am going to use limit form to get through this fight really quick.
Light. Let's go. Yeah, it's over. Give me strength. Back off.
Like that. There's 4 limits. There's 4 limits that you can use in limit form. Each of them has a particularly good use. The Asians are also the bad guys in Kingdom Hearts. No, half of the Asians are the bad guys. The other half of the Asians are the good guys. Just the Mongols. The Mongols are always the bad guys. Gonna use Magnet here.
Gather.
Or I would have, you know.
Yeah. Back off. Yes.
Reaction command here.
Back off.
Alright. There is one more fight here. One more forced fight.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know Final Fantasy XIV, so...
Give me
Sorry, I missed the joke. This is the last forced fight. It's all with nobodies. I'm gonna use Final Form, get some XP. Why not?
Gather. It's over. Gather.
Alright, and here's our checks. Let's get them all. Guard is good.
Yeah.
Would have been better, you know, like 30 levels ago. Reflect is amazing, however. More pages. Hint. A lot of wisdom. Alright, that was all pretty good. Let's bail out of here. We'll be preserving our drive by doing so. We get it all back. What now? I guess Port Royal. Yeah, we'll go through Torn pages. Kingdom Hearts is my favorite Final Fantasy game. It's true. It's 100% true. All right, we'll do Beyblade practice.
Oh, sorry.
That's that. All right, we can go right back in. We got another torn page. This should be Rabbit's house. Silas, how you doing? Good morning. 3 checks here. All of the 100 acre things have like 3 checks, except for like 1. Window of time map. I'm gonna check my stock real quick. We do not have any more torn pages. I'm leaving. If we did, I'd keep going, but we don't. So I'm leaving. All right. What now? We do have limit form. I'm gonna do STT. Limit form plays into STT real well. Teaching you about reaction commands. Teaching you about lock-on. I like the color of this one. Magic +1.
Neo, loser.
Teaching you how to combo.
Neo, loser.
Killing that man. Right. Going to quickly customize this to be reflect, and I'm going to move Blizzard out and get fire in.
Yeah. Cha. Ra. Cha. Ha.
Just whacking him a bunch until I get this, and now using Thunder to end it in 1 hit. You are not supposed to have magic at this area. Teaching you about save states, save points. All right, we have to go up to the tram station heights, get a job. Quit the job before even the first shift is over. Skip the cutscene, get 2 AP. Skip the cutscene. Oathkeeper, gotta check. Skip the cutscene. Skip the cutscene. Head back up to Station Heights again. This time we're going to get railroaded into a fight down in the sandlot.
Cha. Yeah. Ha. Ra. Ha. Yeah. Ha.
Now we're here. We fight these guys. We're not supposed to have magic, but we do. Ring. Go through the door. There's one check here. No, two checks? One check? I don't remember. Just this chest. Just the one. Now we have a boss fight with Twilight Thorn. There's two boss fights in well, probably technically more, but just hitting him with thunder a lot. Using reaction commands. Alright, I'm trying to be very careful. Oh, that's no good. Oh, well, I was trying to avoid doing this whole animation a second time. It did not succeed. If I had succeeded, we do this and we do it without seeing this twice, but I failed to do so. But what it does mean is that at the end of this, when he crashes into the surface of the thing, he's going to break his neck and die immediately. Alright, the struggle fights. We listen to the rules. JK, we don't listen to the rules. Now, limit form, which you're not supposed to have here.
Ready, Rock? Gives me strength. It's over. How could I lose?
Pretty good.
Right. This is it.
I lost.
Give me strength. It's over. That's more like it.
Run to the right.
Let's go.
End the fight immediately. Run to the right to avoid his opening attack.
My life is a chip in your pie.
Give me strength. Take this.
I'm not supposed to lose.
Now you see why we wait to do Twilight Town until Simulated Twilight Town until we have limit form, because limit form makes this entire area utterly trivial, and you can end all the fights really fast. It's speedy. And it feels good. It feels fun to win that way. Okay, we go up to the station. We do turn around immediately and head back into the train to go back to the station because there's 3 chests in here. Quickly demolish Bleach characters. Got a map. And what's our last one? A map. Map. Nothing amazing there. Alright, so now we head back to Sunset Hill. Okay. Sunset Terrace, excuse me. There's 2 checks here. Or, sorry, there's a check here. There's a check up here. The check over here. And there's a check right here. Go up to Sunset Hill. Skip the cutscene. Now we head down to the mansion to advance the story. Alright, we've advanced the story. We skip the cutscene. Skip the cutscene. Skip the cutscene. Go out. A quick fight here. Which we can end quickly with Magnet.
Yeah.
Skip the cutscene. Head for the mansion again. Skip the cutscene. Skip the cutscene. 4 checks in here? 4 or 5? 1 there. An item slot. Nice. There's 2 in here. There's 2 more in this room. 1. Go into Nomine's room to advance the story really quick. Leave Nomine's room. There's 1 more chest here. And then there's 1 more chest in this room. Then we go downstairs. Skip the cutscene. Into this room. This is the last 2 fights. This is the nobody fight first. Okay, and then we have Axel.
Come here. I'll make it all stop. Burn, baby! Yeah, yeah. Come on. Get back! Won't forget this! Got it memorized.
Here we go. We are very high level, so we do not die this easily in this fight anymore. Axel, at this level, Axel doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, so we're fairly safe. 1 more check. It's right here. We're done. That's STT cleared out. And you'll see when we get back to the garden that it's turned to pink. Done. What do we want to do next? I think we'll go back to Agrabah and finish Agrabah 1. Sounds good to me. And then we'll go to Beast Castle, which is one of my favorite worlds. I love Beast Castle. There's people speculating if Star Wars will make an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 4. You say that jokingly, but people are speculating whether or not it'll happen.
Gather. Gather.
Need to have the gang from Final Fantasy 15. I believe a few of them showed up in the other... I don't know if it was 15, but other Final Fantasy characters have made an appearance in the other mobiles. Can you not... There we go. I forget the names, but a few of the other Final Fantasy characters had turned up. Remembrance Stone. Alright. Which abilities? Not this one. I'm checking to see how my form level ups are going. Okay, we're using Master Form.
Let's go. Gather. Gather. Gather.
Before we leave this area, we check these two chests. All right. We go to the Fire Lord and Blizzard Lord fight.
Back off. Ha. Ha. Yeah. It's over. Gather. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Right. Back off. Yeah. Done.
I drove into Master Form a second time because
Back off.
I'm going to finish this fight and get all my drive form refunded. Because I'm going to get kicked back to the garden. Basically, anytime you are forced through a transition which deactivates your drive, if you were in a drive, you get all of the drive back. I love Beast Castle. Let's go to Beast Castle. Let me show you how powerful Bang that is.
Gather. Gather. Gather.
You stand right here and they can't do anything about it because there's a magnet in the room. Oh, here's Vicinity Break. This little ring on the floor, anytime you're surrounded, you have Vicinity Break. leaves you open. But it's still pretty, it does a lot of damage, so it's a good, could be a decent trade-off depending on what you like.
This is it.
Is this the spot?
Little mini game here.
I think this'll do the trick.
Take this.
Getting to see explosion up close.
Is this the spot?
I think this'll do the trick.
Collect these 2 chests as an optimization.
Take this.
Is this the spot?
I think this'll do the trick.
Okay, little mini game over. Chest here. Combo Master. So Combo Master allows you to begin and continue a combo even if you don't connect with anything. You'll notice that when you don't connect with something, your combo ends immediately. With Combo Master, your combo continues. It's really strong. It's also a late game ability. So if you get it early, sick. It is always worth equipping Combo Master, in my opinion.
Please, Master. Please, compose yourself.
Kill Beast in 1 hit with Thunder. Some electroshock therapy. It always works.
Compose yourself.
I'm going to take Beast's items. Probably don't need them, but I'm going to take them anyway. And I think we're leaving. Where do we go? I think we're going to Port Royal now. Actually, hang on a minute. Let me check my items really quick. Okay. Let's throw... the Shadow Archive Plus on, I think. And throw another ether into the mix. I like it. Okay. Let's start getting through Port Royal.
Gather.
Alright. Now we can actually fight them because the moon is out.
Gather.
Pirates are very weak to magic. Very weak. When they're vulnerable. When they're vulnerable, they're very weak to magic.
Gather.
Using Magnet to end that fight very quickly. As I will do here. So I've said in the past that Reflect and Magnet are very busted abilities when it comes to winning Kingdom Hearts 2. I hope that by now I've made my point. Reflect the Third. We have fully powered Reflect. That is awesome.
Gather. Yeah. Ha.
All right, so there are two. Let's talk about summons for a second. There's 2 kinds of summons in my opinion. In my opinion, there's 2 forms of summons. One is the defensive assist, the support summon, and the other is the offensive summon. Peter Pan and Genie are offensive summons. Stitch And Chicken Little are support summons, defensive summons. I'm going to use Chicken Little right here.
Give me strength. Here. Gather. Take this.
Yo, Undead, thank you so much for the
Well, that's just prime.
Prime resub. Enjoy your awesome emotes. There's 9 new emotes that you just got access to if you haven't been in here recently. Check them out. All right.
Gather. It's over. Gather.
Okie doke. They're done. Okay. Let's use Reflect. I am not menuing very well at all.
Right.
Use a little bit of limit form to get us out of trouble. By the way, a quick reminder, anytime you drive into a form, it refills your HP and MP. Pretty strong. So you can use driving into a form to get you out of trouble when it comes to your health or magic. Decent strat.
Gather.
Alright, that's that fight done. We're back to Isla de Muerta, and now we're heading into the... deeper into Isla de Muerta. We have to do check here. And a check here. Armor slot, nice. There's 3 checks here. 1. 2. 3. Jesus. Alright, Barbosa fight.
Once again, Jack. There. Thunder.
Is this cheap? Potentially.
There. Thunder.
Do I care? No. Got a blizzard. Okay. I think we head back to... No, actually, we're going to go right back into Port Royal for Port Royal 2. It has a lot of checks in the back half of Port Royal 2, so we're going to do that really quick. We're just going to hedge our bets where the checks are.
Gather.
Get rid of them.
Gather.
All right, this is Grim Reaper 1. Pretty easy fight.
Ha! Take this. Ha! Yeah. Rah! This is it. Yeah. Yeah. Ha! This is it. Ha! Take this. Yeah. Ha! Ha! Back off. Yeah.
Okay, easy fight. He doesn't really pursue you that heavily, so second fight he does, but not this one. All right, and now we're here. Now we're where all the checks are. So, Uno. There's 3 here. 1, 2, 3, and there's 3 here on Seadrift Row. One. Item boost is good. That improves the efficacy of all your items. Combo boost improves your summons. 3. Okay. Now we're leaving. We're gonna leave the rest of Fort Royal 2 in case it's not useful. It probably isn't. Get out of this world. The save point is in the captain's cabin. Okay. Let's head back to Hollow Bastion. Fight here.
Gather. Let's go. Gather.
Okay, Cabin of Remembrance. This is a tough area. It's an endgame area. There's 4 checks in this room.
Gather. Gather.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly escape the area and then come back. I'm going to go through the door. I did not mean to fall down. That's bad news. I'm gonna try to quickly get out of there. There we go. All right, 2 checks in here. 1, 2. Quickly check on what we got. Throw the Grand Ribbon on. Yeah. Okay. See if we can get across here. We can. Okay, I'm gonna summon Stitch. That's Genie. That's okay, I guess.
Give me strength. Back off. over. It's over. Give me strength. Back off. Over and out.
Genie is an offensive summon, if you can't tell.
Yeah. Back off.
Check here. Aerial Spiral is good. Thunder Boost is good. Turn on the steam valves. To access the next area, which I might not be able to get to be perfectly honest, but we'll give it a shot. So you have to kind of platform up to the next area. Like I said, you need growth abilities in order to be able to get into these areas in the first place, so that's why it's considered very endgame, because if you don't have the growth abilities, then you're not getting through here. There's one check here. Another here. Promise Charm is good. That lets me access the end game without having to fight through the world that never was. Another glide. Energy gem. Alright, let's see if I have enough aerial dodge to get through here. There's a check right here. I do. Okay. Stitch, please.
Let's go. Hurrah! Yeah. Gather. Ha! This is it. Gather. 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 Back off. Back off.
We lived. That's good. Go to the next area. Okay, there's like 4 checks in here or something like that. First one's here. Two. Three. 4. Go through this door. We need a high glide stat. We got to get over to that chest there. We do have a high glide stat. That's it. Cavern of Remembrance is cleared out, which is good news. Now we can proceed with the rest of Hollow Bastion. We can just fall down here. And head back out. Let's go.
Gather. 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 Take this.
Okay. We backtrack slightly. There's 2 chests here. Right here. A ribbon. That's pretty good. Okay. Now we head into the Demix fight.
Dance, water, dance.
What I would consider probably the first actually tough fight of the boss fights.
This is it.
Hopefully we don't have too much problems with it.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, Yeah, it's over. Oh, take this. Oh, take this. Yeah. Yeah, it's over. Back off. Yeah. Ain't it a black? Water. Donald. Let's go.
He's very weak to fire.
Sora!
Gather.
Yuki is on the scene!
Gather. Yeah.
Alright, get going!
Yuffie's fight, but there's 4 Final Fantasy fights here in a row, so Yuffie first, then Leon,
Help out.
Gather. Gather.
Go.
This is it.
Go.
Tifa,
I'll help!
This is it.
This'll hurt! Enough!
Let's go. It's over.
Hurry! Go on ahead!
and then Cloud.
Sora, give me strength. This is it. Yeah. This is it. Take this. Back off. Yeah. Back off.
Okay, that's that fight. Final Fantasy fights are over. There's 4 checks here.
Yeah.
And then there's the 1000 Heartless fight. See if we can cheese it with Magnet.
Gather. 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 Okay. Gather. 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 Let's go. Give me strength. It's over. It's over. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. 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 Gather. 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 Okay. Gather. 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 There. Gather. Gather. Gather.
1000 Heartless done. We got Auto Valor. Alright, so there's Ooh, and Magnega. That's pretty good. There's another one check in here. Actually, two checks in here. There's this one right here. Magnet Burst is the best aerial finisher, IMO. And there's also one check for the Mushroom 13. It's all the way out in the depths, so you have to go a long way to check it, but... Go all the way down the ravine trail. If something is on here, God help you. Like something important. Through the crystal fissure, through the great maw. Thankfully, it was nothing. Alright, that is Hollow Bastion 2. Dunzo. Oh, what is left? We got second chance at some point. Lucky, a form boost, a combination boost, another reaction boost. Alright, I need to... Alrighty. So let's head to... Let's get our level 50 really quick. Let's start there. So we're going to use a form leveling trick
Give me strength.
to use final form in this area to get form experience and regular experience really quick. Okay. Alright, we're gonna head back before we lose our form. We'll leave the world. Alright. Let's head towards here. This is the area you try to avoid if you're going for a quick exit. Okay, there's the proof of non-existence. Apparently, and Blizzard. Okay, message received, game. I guess I'll go through this. And Slapshot. Okay, Slapshot's another. And Quick Run. Okay, 4 things in a row. Sure thing, video game. You got it. Message received. This is an important area.
Ha, take that. Ta. Ta.
Baiting out 4 attacks.
Ha. Yeah.
And then on the 5th, using this.
Let's go.
Steel's Keyblades. You quick run off the edge of the stage, the Keyblades will swing around you, and they will hit Roxas, and they will do damage, but they will not raise his revenge value, which is what we talked about at the beginning of the stream. This is called the quick run strat. It's cheap, it's cheese, it's not teaching you anything about how to actually fight Roxas, but what it is perfectly reliable. You can reliably kill him. Because I'm a decently high level, it goes decently quickly. And that, right there, is a strat that I will go for every day of the week. And we got an experience boost. Form boost. Second experience boost. Okay.
Give me strength.
Okay, we've got 2 experience boosts. I'm going to quickly show off a leveling strat before we fight Zigbar. Oh, combo boost. Nice. Okay, let's go back to Space Paranoids. I deliberately left this. I was going to show this off, so... Okay. Guard, slap shot, dodge slash. No, not dodge slash. What am I saying? Aerial spiral. Take off that. Take off that. Combo master. Both combo boosts. We are out of AP. I can fix that. Okay, we have Stitch, we have 2 experience boosts, and we have finishers. We are going to go here to Space Paranoids.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you the Stitch experience. So you need a finishing plus, with a strong finisher preferably, experience boost, and Stitch. Here's the strat. Stand outside this room with these 3 dudes. Take enough damage so that you're in critical health, which is the alarm sounding on your health.
Emergency!
One more hit. Pull out Stitch, enter this room, pull out Stitch,
Let's go. Hurrah!
and start this fight. Use your double finisher to quickly burn through these enemies. Get to the 3rd phase as fast as you can. Right here. Stitch will continuously refill your MP. If your magic stat's really strong, you'll just be able to stand here. And just toss out finisher after finisher after finisher. By the way, this is using a speedrun. That's how good this is. We are level 99. Go through this area. 2 checks in here. Fire. Another item slot. That's always good. There's 2 checks in here. Report. Dark Shard. Fight hostile program. So hostile program, he drops orbs, and once you pick the orbs up, you can freeze him, which is good. The best way to pull those orbs out is to use Tron's limit setup. Now, if you back Sora into a wall, you can end his limit a lot faster. It just cancels the animation.
Access approved.
Tron's thing bonks on the wall and it ends the animation really fast. And now, you have iframes for as long as these things are around.
Take this. Yeah.
Some horizontal slashes in there.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, hostile program is done. To get out of space paranoids, you have to interact with the terminal one more time. There you go. We're out of space paranoids 1. More pages. All right. Let's go back to World That Never Was, and I'm going to show off. So this is Zigbar, is the next fight. I'm going to buy a bunch of ethers.
Yeah.
This fight's tough. Straight up, this fight's tough. So, give it a try. He opens with a goofy little thing where you have to avoid his shots. You can run straight forward, or you can use a reflex, kind of up to you. So you avoid it, and then use the reaction command to get him out of this thing. Now he comes down to the stage.
Clever little sneak. Heads up. R, reload.
Yeah.
So what do you think? R, reload.
Yeah.
Roxas! R, reload.
Let's go.
This is his desperation move, which I was telling you about earlier.
Let's see how you dance.
Let's go. Let's go. Aha.
Heads up.
Right.
Take this. Take this.
It's over.
Gotcha now. You clever little sneak.
Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha.
Roxas!
Yeah. Yeah.
Barely won, but I got it. Okay. It's a tough fight. You can use Flare Force, you can use Limits. Okay. Last proof. Okay. Well, that's what we need to finish the game, so... I guess we'll go over the final fight. So we're skipping the last 3 fights of this world.
Yeah.
Going back to the garden. So the Promise Charm is used in the garden. Interact with the monitor here. Climb up this dive to the heart at the Station of Calling. Go through this door. And here we are. Hey, Avon, how you doing? Just done with dinner? Hell yeah.
Gather. 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 Back off. Yeah. Back off. Okay, gather. Gather.
All right. Kingdoming going. We're almost done. We are on the final series of fights.
Take this. Take this. Take this. It's over. This is it. It's over. It's over.
Curse.
Right. Give me strength. It's over.
All right, so we used limit form there. We should get all of our drive back, I believe. Should kick us out of limit form and give us all the drive back. And it did.
That's it. Take this.
Hearts of power. Nothingness is eternal.
Get back up here.
It's over.
Embrace nothing. Nothingness is eternal.
Have to approach one of these buildings to get the reaction command to bust this thing open.
Back off.
All right, and now into the final fight. Open with reflect if you have it. Otherwise, you're going to be spamming a lot of reaction commands. You're going to be spamming a lot of reaction commands anyway. Reflect is your friend
Anger
here.
and hate are supreme.
Throwing out a reflect, followed by 2 reaction commands. No. All right, let's try it again.
Anger and hate are supreme.
I'm level 99, by the way. Still died anyway.
Anger and hate are supreme.
Hey H2, how you doing?
Be gone! Right! Here! 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 Right! Why don't you vanish? Here! Right! Fire!
Alright, you have to spam X and triangle to survive this. Ryu's very low health. Riku is, rather. Cross and triangle, sorry, PlayStation controls. We made it. Little cutscene plays.
Riku!
I just realized we played the whole game with the Kingdom Key that we started with. We didn't switch Keyblades at all.
Riku!
I'd like to finish him off with Thunder, because it's fast.
That's it.
And that is the end of that game. Two hours, 56 minutes. Relatively quick. It's actually less than that because of the technical difficulties we had. That is a incomplete overview of how I like to play Rando. Kind of my thought process and pointing out some stuff. Obviously, I didn't visit every world. I didn't fight every boss. But that is the end of the Rander. I believe if you are interested in seeing more, we should be doing a multi-world here shortly with Ave and Doomkeeper and I. So I'll be playing Kingdom Hearts 2 again, providing it fucking works. I really hope it's not a problem. We have to re-roll the rooms 6 times. That's be really unfortunate. But I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to take the next 20 minutes before the multi-world starts up to myself. I'm going to go get some granola, get some food in me. And yeah, if you're in the Discord, you can check out the multi-world when we go and play it. And if you have questions, if you start to want to play Rando and you have questions about bosses or how I might have any suggestions for you, I don't know. I'll be more than happy to help. Obviously, I didn't go over every boss, but I can help with each boss, so. I'm out. I'll see you all, those who want to watch, I'll see you in Discord in about 20 minutes. For those of you who will not be doing that, take care, have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, and I'll catch you next time. Mwah! Take care. Bye-bye.